Okay, it's live caricature time with me, AJ Jensen, and this is where I share my thoughts, ideas, and experiences when drawing a live caricature. So right now, I'm doing a rough pre-sketch. I typically use this fat leaded pencil to do this, but for some reason I just couldn't find it. It was hidden into the abyss of my backpack. So I went ahead and used some scrap paper to quickly render out my idea with a marker. And later, you'll see me tuck that pre-sketch under a new sheet so I can use that idea when I start inking. I usually don't spend this much time rendering a pre-sketch, but I was having some trouble here, trying to figure out some new ideas and push myself creatively. And mostly I try to avoid a pre-sketch entirely, as it kind of serves as a crutch. So I only do it when I really want to push my creativity a bit more and find some new ideas I've actually never tried. And as you can see, I'm tucking that pre-sketch under the paper, like I said I would, and you can slightly see the pre-sketch under the other paper, so that way I can start the inks. And while I'm inking, I'm still studying and coming up with new ideas. The pre-sketch is for ideas, of course, but I'm not locked into it. I can still discover more while I'm fine-tuning that sketch. Right now, I'm using my trusty Crayola marker, and honestly, I'm just trying to hone in on making my lines look crisp and applying thick and thins where needed. By the way, if you're liking this video setup, please let me know by dropping a comment in the comments section. I love to hear everybody's feedback and want to see if I can keep on doing more of these. So I actually grew up with this guy, and we go back all the way to middle school. And because of that, I always find it harder to draw someone I've known for a long time. It's probably because the impression of him is now outside of his visual looks. And that's my belief, you know? What we see visually is less and less important when you start connecting with someone. So when you have to do a caricature of somebody that you've known for a long time, there is a challenge, and you kind of have to redo your first impression of them. Okay, it's color time. I'm using NeoColor I's for this with a foamy underneath, so the sticks go on pretty smooth. And when I start, I only concentrate on the values. I like to call this the shadow color. Right now, I'm using a reddish brown, but I will also play around with other colors as well, like a dark brown, purple, sky blue, etc. And I'm really trying to concentrate on gradients as much as possible here. Really trying to think 1 through 5 on the value scale, with 5 being the highest value to 1 being the lowest. Now I'm focusing on the warm zones, as I like to call it. Warm zones, not warm tones. You are using warm tones, but warm zones. And these are the sections in the nose, lips, cheeks, and ears, and typically they are warm colors. And for these sections, I like to use a pink color. Another thing I like to do is blend and gradient other colors into that pink, like red, magenta, or even purple. This gives each warm zones, I said it again, warm zones, a slightly different tone or hue while still reading as pink. This just makes the face feel a little bit more dynamic and saturated, plus it adds that cartoony vibe I'm always trying to chase. And I'm avoiding using the base color until the end of the drawing. In his case, that base color would be a peach tone. And the reason why I do this is because once I started waiting till the end of the drawing to put that base color on, I noticed that my caricatures were just a little bit more dynamic and saturated. So, another thing I'm going to be completely transparent and honest about is, through the whole process of this drawing, I just wasn't feeling it that much. I actually wanted to just crumble the piece of paper, throw it away, and start all over again. But I ignored those instincts. I have them almost every time I do live caricatures and just kept on pushing through. And that's the hard thing about live caricature. I would say about 80 or 85% of the drawings I do live, I just won't like. And I think there's something bittersweet in that realization. You're almost forced to just try as hard as you can, allow those happy accidents to happen, and really ignore those negative thoughts that circle through your head. Anyways, I'm finishing up here. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And here is his reaction. Yeah. You're gonna be like... You ready?
I'm ready.
Boom.
This is so stupid. What the fuck? I have titties, you gave me man.
I did!
Oh, Jesus. Good.
I could have done better.
It was good.